What is going on, people? Here's another video. For the people that tuned in, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Currently right now, I needed to use the bathroom, and I decided this is a great time to make a video. Let me relieve myself, get into the thinking toilet, and then come up with an idea. And guess what? I did. I came up with a genius idea. I'm gonna talk to you guys about my opinions of the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star games. Currently right now, what I'm doing, I'm just merely just cleaning the seat, you know. I'm not a dirty nigga, you know. I just gotta make sure that when I do, you know, use the bathroom, I clean up after myself. I think everyone should. Now let's just get into the nitty-gritty. First and foremost, I want to say that I'm a fan of every single person that contributed to the All-Star game. Everybody. Like, if I saw them in real life, all the critiques that I have would go out the window, and I'd be like, yo, I'm your humongous fan. And I don't know, like, dick riding shit. It's just like, bro, they are like the best players in the world, playing one of my favorite sports. And a lot of them I've been watching for decades, man. It'd be great. It'd be an honor to meet one of them. Now, anyway, at the end of the day, I'm still going to say my opinion. I agree with Draymond Green. The All-Star game was weak. You know, I like the fact that they're trying to innovate and, you know, trying to make ideas to make it better. But unfortunately, it wasn't. It did not get better. In fact, it was a little more corny, in my opinion. Hold on, give me a second. But then comes the question, what do you do to make the All-Star game better? I thought about it for a long, long time, and the fact of the matter is that tournament style is just not going to cut it, you know, because Draymond is right. You know, there are so many things like no one's going to be able to reach Kobe's records. No one's going to be able to, like, do the things that were done in previous NBA All-Star games. And the thing to realize is that the NBA has gotten so big that money incentives aren't going to cut it either. Like, these guys are already rich. And then you also got to think about, like, the chess match that these guys are playing. You're going to an All-Star game to play with some of your competitors. And then on top of that, the All-Star games don't matter to the season. And then on top of that, if you go hard and get injured, you mess yourself up for the things that actually matter. And if you're an all-star, you've already low-key made it. So then what could you do to make the all-stars more intense? And this is what I thought. You should make it a heavier weight into making it into the Hall of Fame. You should make it a heavier way into the Hall of Fame. So let's say someone gets into the All-Star for the first time, right? Now they're going to ball out because, yo, if I show out here, this is going to help me get into the Hall of Fame. For the OGs that have already made it, they're already on the mindset that they're already in the Hall of Fame. Everyone's like, so what do you do for them? They've already made it. They've already made it to the All-Star like 10 times. They're already stamped into the Hall of Fame. What gives them reason to try hard? Well, we've seen it in the tournament. The OGs aren't going to want to take an L to newcomers. Like, in the tournament style, you saw what they did at the end. You know what I mean? So, if you have newcomers balling out, the OGs aren't going to let themselves get embarrassed on All-Star weekend. So, for pride, they're going to play a little harder. So that combats that. And then you add a penalty. If you were trash in this All-Star, you have canceled yourself from being in the next All-Star, no matter how good you play next year. And it's not like you're not going to play good next year because you're not going to be able to make it to the All-Star. You're still going to play good because you want your contract to go up and you also want to make it to the playoffs. So penalize the players who play below average. in the All-Star game. Yeah, those are my two ideas. For anyone that's watching these, let me know what you think. Write it down in the comments. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Those are my thoughts and opinions. And again, like I said, this is no hate towards anybody. I am a huge fan of everybody. But, I'm trying to help as a citizen, as a fan. How can we make the All-Stars better? I think that's it. Two things. I said them already, but I'm going to say them to summarize it again. One, give it more weight to make it into the Hall of Fame. That way, newcomers will try harder so they can get a heavier chance of making it to the Hall of Fame. And the OGs are going to try hard because they don't want to be embarrassed by these newcomers. And then penalize people who underperform in the All-Star. Whether you underperformed in the three-point contest or the skills challenge or the dunk contest or the Rising Stars challenge or the actual All-Star game, you won't be able to perform in that event the next year if you underperform in it. If you underperform in the three-point contest, even if you shoot the lights out next year, you're not going to be in the three-point contest the next year. If you underperform in the dunk contest, even if you dunk the lights out next year, you're not going to be in the dunk contest. And it's just that thought process that I think will cause people to do better. And then the incentive of making it to the Hall of Fame, bro, this might be the only time I make it to the All-Star thing. There's a lot of stars in the league. LaMelo Ball should have been in the All-Star, but he got snubbed. People get snubbed all the time. Now imagine if you're worried about underperforming and also thinking that this might be your only All-Star, you're going to go all out because you're going to try to prove why you should be in the Hall of Fame. I think it's a valid point. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, I wish all my viewers nothing but wealth, health, happiness, and of course, cheeks. Don't be silly. Wrap your willy. Peace.